with blackcurrant79.com. I'm back here with another hand history review video for you guys. So once again, we're looking at a hand here from NL5. This is a full ring table, but once again, we are a bit short-handed here. 7 people at the table, so there's 2 empty seats. We have ace-10 off on the button. We're super deep stacked, and there's 2 other players at the table that are also extremely deep. So if we're against either of those 2 players, and both of those players are huge fish, by the way, we will take that into consideration. I'll just talk about the HUD real quick. We'll use Villain 59 here. 66 is the number of hands. 85 is the VPIP, the percentage of hands that he plays. So this guy's playing almost every hand. 20 is the amount of hands, percentage of hands that he's raising with, and 1 is the aggression factor, which is basically a measure of how aggressive or non-aggressive he is after the flop. 1 is the lowest it can be. So, or I guess 0 would be, but it's pretty hard to, I mean, you pretty much have to never raise, I think, or bet, I guess, to get 0. That's pretty hard to do. Anyways, let's see what happens in this hand. So, a rather large fish with a huge stack, playing 44% of hands, decides to limp from the hijack. A nit decides to also limp behind in the cutoff. So you guys should probably know from watching my videos, read my blog and stuff. What do we do here? We raise, of course. So typical raise size here would be 4 times or 3 times the blind, but I'm going to jack it up quite a bit more just because there's 2 limpers, and just let people know that you're going to have to pay a little bit higher price to get in the pot here, and just to make it a more pot-sized bet as well. So we're going to make it 30 cents here. The guy who plays basically every hand is 85%. Of course, he's coming in. And the other 2 just decide to just fold. So we'll see what happens here. So we get a fairly nondescript flop here with the king, deuce, deuce. So in a spot like this, we'll see what he does first. He does indeed check to us, and as you guys probably know, I'm just going to make a c-bet here pretty much 100% of the time against one player in position on a board that is this difficult to hit. Excuse me, and especially against a guy who's basically playing every hand he gets dealt. So, I mean, honestly, I'm betting for value most of the time here. With ace high, I'm actually ahead. So this is not even close to a bluff. This is absolutely a value bet. He does decide to come along for the ride here with his whatever he can have. So we'll go see a turn. So we do manage to hit our top pair on the turn, which is obviously a good thing. I definitely would slow down here against some player types, but probably not against a guy who's playing 85% of hands. So he checks to us, and I do decide to continue just betting on the turn here, betting about 2/3 of the pot. Certainly for value, he decides to come along again. It's very difficult to understand what he can have at this point. I guess we would probably have to assume that he does have a king at this point. I mean, could he have a 2? I mean, sure he could, I guess, but it's hard to put somebody on that. Or he could just be getting really sticky with some sort of middle pair or something like that. It's pretty difficult to understand. But a guy like this, we could also, we have 66 hands on him, so I don't really want to look at showdown stats and stuff too much yet. But we can see that his fold to flop c-bet is only 31%. It's only 20% on the turn, so this is a player definitely who likes to hang around with a wide range of hands. So I think that the range that I just put him on is probably pretty accurate. He does check to us again on the river, and I think a lot of people probably would just check behind here. I do think that is a mistake. I think that there's value to be had here by betting again. I don't think we should bet a large amount. I think that 2/3 pot at the very most should be the bet here. Because I think he will pay it off with a king, a player this bad, and maybe if he's been hanging on with pocket 9s or something, the 6 isn't going to change much, and he just gets curious on the river as well. So I think there's some really big value to be had here, and we can really squeeze the absolute most out here with an additional value bet on the the river. And I do choose to go for, I want to say 60% of the pot, something like that, which I think is a decent size. And he does decide to look us up, so we get, great value there. And he shows up with the king. Sorry, it's a bit in the way there, but he's got the king four of hearts. So he did indeed have the king on the flop, and he picked up the draw, of course, on the turn, which kept him in the pot. And then, of course, he just couldn't resist on the river and had to look me up on the river as well. So I hope this was a useful hand for you guys, especially talking about the bet sizing on the river there. I think is important. It's important not to bomb the river there. We want him to look us up with a hand like this. So it's, we don't want to bet 350 on the river there. I think the bet sizing was good, and I think we got the absolute maximum in this spot possible. I mean, we actually won a pretty damn big pot. I mean, it's we won about 2/3 of a stack or something in this pot, so it's pretty good. So yeah, hopefully this is a useful video for you guys. Like the video if you did like it. Subscribe to this channel for more videos like this, and go check out my website blackrain79.com for weekly strategy articles on how to crush the micro stakes. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. It's been Nathan Williams with blackrain79.com.